Hey, what is up everybody? It's Animac here for Anime Uproar, and today I will be breaking down the latest huge reveals in the Black Clover story. Asta's secret origins, the truth about his mother, and the devil's real hidden form. All of these things have been either revealed or heavily implied in the latest installment of the story, and I'll say it right now, I did not see this coming. There is so much to talk about, this is totally crazy, so let's get into it. If you enjoy the Black Clover content here on the channel and you want to see more, please leave a like to let me know, it really does help. And if you're new to the channel, or maybe you just haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell to turn on all notifications. By the way, we've started live reacting to the latest leaks for Black Clover and other series over on our Twitch channel. If you'd like to chat with us about the latest reveals before we even publish our videos here on the YouTube channel, definitely follow us on Twitch right now, twitch.tv/animeuproar, or click the top link down in the description. And as if I have to say it, but this video will include Black Clover manga spoilers. We're talking about the latest developments in the story, so please proceed with caution, you have been warned. Now let's go back to the final page of the previous chapter. When I saw that panel of a face that looked a lot like Asta's being surrounded by demonic darkness, I just assumed that this was Asta being taken over by the Antimagic Devil. Even though this face looked a lot like Asta, it definitely had some clear differences like the ears and the teeth, but I just assumed that this was the devil changing Asta's appearance as he took over. Kind of like the members of the Dark Triad, whose appearance changes based on how much of their devil's power they actually use. At the time, it didn't even cross my mind that something else could be going on here until I saw several comments on my previous Black Clover video. In these comments, you guys pointed out that maybe this wasn't the devil taking over Asta. Maybe this was the devil revealing his true form, and he just happens to look a lot like Asta. This was too crazy for me to even consider, like why in the world would the devil look like Asta? But as it turns out, the people who made those comments were absolutely right. That wasn't the devil taking over Asta's body. That was the devil emerging into the physical world and revealing his true form. Huge congrats to everyone who got that right. Asta's devil in his true form laughs menacingly, and then he says how he hasn't been here in a while. I presume that in this context here means the physical world, because we can now see that Asta's devil is standing across the room from Asta himself. They are now two separate entities within the physical world. And it's actually kind of funny because the devil looks like he could be Asta's evil lost twin or something like that. But instead of being scared or freaked out by the devil's sudden appearance, Asta says that there is something that he has been wanting to say to the devil for a long time, and what Asta wanted to tell him was thank you. The devil is confused by this. He was expecting Asta to be scared of him, not to thank him. But Asta explains that the power of the Antimagic Devil has saved him countless times. And not just him, but also his friends. Since Asta was born without magic, the devil's power is pretty much the only reason why he's been able to follow his dream and become a magic knight. And for this reason, Asta offers his sincere thanks to the devil. The devil then reminds Asta that he just recently took his right arm, but Asta replies that he has no complaints. They both agreed that Asta would make that sacrifice, and Asta accepted it willingly, so he doesn't blame the devil or hold a grudge. The devil is still confused by Asta's unexpectedly positive attitude towards him, and he then goes on to call Asta stupid. He even threatens Asta, telling him that he is about to die at the hands of the devil. The Antimagic Devil then activates the grimoire on his own and takes possession of the Demon Slayer's sword. Asta can't do much more than watch helplessly as his own devil attacks him out in the physical world. Without the devil's anti-magic power, Asta has no magic of his own, so all he can do is use his physical strength to dodge the devil's attacks. Physical strength is all he's got, and now even that is jeopardized since he no longer has use of one of his limbs. The devil proclaims that Asta's right arm is only the beginning. The devil will take everything from Asta. But even after all of this taunting by the devil, Asta isn't even trying to fight. He wants the devil to stop and listen to him. Asta doesn't want to fight, he wants to talk. Nacht warns Asta that he has to fight. He came here to get stronger, and he has to fight and win. If Asta loses, the devil will take over his entire body, and his body will become so corrupt by the devil that it will become a demonic monster. This reminds me of Licht and how his soul became corrupted by forbidden magic until he transformed into that gigantic demon thing. Apparently, the ritual that Asta is attempting to perform now, the creation of a formal contract with his devil in order to get stronger, is something that many have attempted in the past and most have failed miserably. What's more, this failure cost them their lives. The ritual in question requires forbidden magic, and as we know from the example of Licht and even Sacré, forbidden magic has serious consequences. At this point, Asta isn't sure if he should even go through with the ritual. He knows that forbidden magic is very dangerous and not something to play around with. But Nacht tells him that they only have 2 days. There is no way for Asta to become strong enough within the next 2 days to take on the Dark Triad. He just can't do it with any conventional form of training. In order to really become stronger this quickly, Asta must perform the ritual. He must form a contract with his devil. So he must either defeat his devil and tame him in some way, or he will be destroyed by his own devil. There is no third option here. At least that's what Nacht wants Asta to think. As the devil attacks Asta yet again, Nacht warns him one more time that if he doesn't fight back and if he just keeps dodging, Asta will die. But Asta says no, and he goes on to say something very interesting. According to Asta, his devil isn't really trying to kill him. Using his ability to sense ki, Asta can tell that the Antimagic Devil is actually going easy on him. He isn't trying to really hurt him. Nacht tells Asta that he must be confused because the creature standing before him is a devil, and devils have no conscience. There is no reason for a devil to feel compassion for a human being or to show mercy to a human. The devil laughs and agrees with Nacht, proclaiming that devils are scumbags. But despite this idea that all devils are inherently evil and cruel towards humans, Asta can tell that this devil is different. There is something about him that separates him from Zagred and the other evil devils. According to Asta, just being a devil doesn't make him a bad guy, and Asta firmly believes that the Antimagic Devil isn't bad. This again comes back to that whole idea of prejudice, and how people in the world of Black Clover are often judged just based on their social status. Just like all commoners are judged and dismissed by the nobles, it seems that the devils are all collectively judged and dismissed as evil by humans. However, Asta clearly believes that not all devils are the same. As Asta is saying all of these things, the Antimagic Devil thinks back to what looks like a distant memory. Sometime in the past, a woman who looks a lot like Asta told the devil the very same thing. Just like Asta, she told him that he wasn't a bad guy. And that is how this unbelievable chapter ends. And of course, the question that we are all asking at this point is whether this woman is Astas Mother. This definitely could be Astas Mother. She looks a lot like him. And is this the same woman from chapter 242? The woman who was seen only partially and who was clearly bleeding from a wound on her chest and who said, "My dear son," as she reached out towards someone. And that someone could very likely be a baby Asta. And if so, what is the devil's connection to this woman? Why does the devil have memories of her? And why does he remember casually speaking to her somewhere out in nature? It's pretty clear that yes, this is the same woman from chapter 242. This woman's hair and clothing match the woman from chapter 242. Just look at the collar and you'll see what I mean. The woman from chapter 242 had clearly been injured around the chest area, And when I first saw her, I assumed that she was speaking to Asta when she said, "my dear son." I assumed that this was Asta's memory from back when he was a baby, and that maybe Astas Mother was a subject of the Spade Kingdom who was killed while trying to stop the Dark Triad's takeover. That would explain why Asta ended up as an orphan right next to Yuno. If he also lost his parents during the Dark Triad takeover, it would make sense that he would end up as an orphan right alongside Yuno. But if this was Asta's mother, then why does the devil have memories of her? And why does the devil also look like Asta? Could the devil have been this woman's lover? And could he be Asta's father? That would be absolutely insane, and it would explain a lot of things. It would explain why Asta was born without magic. His father is the Antimagic Devil, so his genes are incompatible with magic. It would also explain why Asta in particular was chosen by the 5-leaf grimoire. It wasn't just a coincidence, it was a blood connection. And of course, if this devil really is Asta's father, then it makes sense that the two of them would look alike. But even though this is a very interesting theory and I personally like it, we would have to assume that a devil can actually have a child with a human. We still know very little about the biology of the devils, so we can't say with certainty whether that is really the case. But perhaps the Antimagic Devil is actually someone who used to be a human. We don't know how the devils are actually born. Are they a species of their own? Or could they maybe be former humans who were corrupted by forbidden magic to such an extent that they turned into devils? Could Asta's father be a human who became a devil after he used forbidden magic? Maybe in an attempt to save Asta's mother. We saw that she was gravely injured. Clearly her life was in mortal danger. So maybe Asta's father sold his soul in order to become a devil in an attempt to protect her. If the Antimagic Devil really is Asta's father, then we know why he was so mad at Dante. The reason why the Antimagic Devil hates Dante and Lucifer so much could be that Dante was the one who hurt Asta's mom. Dante could be the one who killed her during their takeover of the Spade Kingdom. And so, maybe the Antimagic Devil became furious after he and Asta lost to Dante because he wants revenge against Dante for what he did to Asta's mother. We will need more information in order to know for sure, but this idea that the mystery woman is Asta's mother is very plausible, and since the devil clearly has some connection with her, it is also possible that he could be Asta's father, which would be incredible. But still, we can't jump to conclusions, since for all we know, the devil could be related to Asta in some other way. For example, he could be a lost twin or an ancestor or something else. Man, I honestly can't wait to find out what happens in the next chapter. This is so hype and so freaking crazy. Definitely let me know what you guys think. Is this woman Asta's mother? Is the devil Asta's father? And if not, what is the devil's connection to this woman, and what are his true intentions towards Asta? Let me know down below. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more Black Clover content right here on the channel, please leave a like to let me know. It really does help. And if you're new to the channel or you just haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe and hit that notification bell to turn on all notifications. Black Clover is just so exciting right now, so you definitely want to stay tuned to this channel. We have many more videos on Black Clover coming soon. Don't forget to follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/animeuproar, if you want to talk about the leaks as they come out and talk to us live. These streams will happen before our videos come out here on the channel, so definitely check it out, link in the description. I want to give a big thank you to all of our Anime Uproar patrons for making videos like this one possible. A special thank you to Alpha Sigma and Liam Thompson, disciples of Lord Twigo himself. And I can't forget all of our The One tier patrons, the ones who rise above all other clans, including Ingrata, The World, A Quiet Respect, Pate Heffa, Jonathan King, Rathuin Deora, Emperor Otaku, Thomas Jones, Kinmano, Admirath, and Chris Torley. Finally, thank you also to our Pro Hero tier patrons, including the one and only Gilgamesh, Nothing But a Fan, King Zeldris, Anatoly Kazatsky, Angel Cruz, Cricket XP, Joe Stanton, Very Gucci, Alicia Octor, Hinokami and Water, Bonnie Parks, Jason Wilson, Florian, Joanne Garcia, Steelers, McShamus, Jessica K. LaFond, Deadly Saint, Stern Hawkins, and High School DxD 73. If you enjoy our videos and you feel that they provide value to you, consider becoming a patron. Even a single dollar will give you access to our patron exclusive Discord, and your name will appear in our videos along with these amazing people. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys!